I am Giuseppe Garibaldi, and I am the most interesting man in the world. I was born in 1807 in the port city of Nice. My parents were wealthy merchants, but I knew that a desk job was not the life for me. As a young child, I stowed away aboard family ships to the Netherlands, England, and Russia, all without me mama's permission. In 1830, as a young man, I joined a radical political group, advocating for rights for all. I was charged with treason, sentenced to death in absentia, yet I escaped. I fled abroad to France and hopped aboard a ship bound for Tunisia. Tunisia, though, was not to my liking, a little too hot and deserty. So I set sail again, this time across the Atlantic to Brazil. While in Brazil, I met my wife, and also took part in that nation's civil war. I became a great guerrilla commander and distinguished myself in many battles. However, 2 years of war took its toll, so I retired and moved with my family to Uruguay. While in Uruguay, I became a schoolmaster. Yet, that was my most trying task of all. I quickly grew bored, and when conflict broke out in that country, I lent my services to the government. I was put in charge of the defenses of Montevideo. I distinguished myself regularly. It was during that time that I and my followers started to wear our patent red shirts. Why, you ask? Not because we like the color red, but because the only uniforms available were the aprons of slaughterhouse workers. The red was from blood. When the war revolutions of 1848 broke out, I decided that my particular set of skills could come in handy. I sailed across the Atlantic and was hired by the city of Milan to command the armies. I took part in the siege of Rome, and because of my actions there, had a price put on my head, not just by one king, but two, as well as the Pope. Things in Europe became a little too hot for me, and so I jumped aboard a ship again, this time headed to Staten Island, New York. I opened a candle factory and became fabulously wealthy. But as you can guess, making candles is quite the mundane life. So I sold the company, bought a ship, and decided to sail the world looking for a fight. In a 3-year period, I took part in conflicts in Nicaragua, Peru, and China. In 1854, becoming homesick, I returned to Italy and bought an island. Because that's what wealthy people do. I became a farmer. And in 1860, when conflict broke out with Austria, I said, why not? I got this. Again, I am the most interesting man in the world. When I drive a car off the lot, it increases in value. Mosquitoes do not bite me out of respect. I took a trip one time to the Virgin Islands. They now refer to it as the Islands. Again, I am Giuseppe Garibaldi. I am the most interesting man in the world. And when I drink milk. The 2% variety. because we all need a little fat in our diet. Stay thirsty.